Hello children, you are welcome to the Digi classes of Christchurch Convent, Gadawara. I am Amit Toshniwal. This video is for standard 12. Subject is accountancy. Chapter number 4, admission of a new partner. This is part 3 and your final part. On your screen, you are seeing accounting treatment of goodwill as per accounting standard 10. In our previous video, we discussed about goodwill, its characteristics and nature. In this video, we will discuss about how the treatment of goodwill is done at the time of admission of a new partner. So there are 5 stages, 5 cases. First case is payment of premium at the time of admission. For this we make 2 entries. Cash or bank account debit to premium for goodwill account, and narration is written being goodwill brought in cash. When it is transferred to the partner's capital account, so we'll make another entry, premium for goodwill account debit to sacrificing partner's capital account, and this goodwill is credited to sacrificing partners in their sacrificing ratio. Second case, if old partners are withdrawing premium of goodwill, it means it is not retained in the business, then we'll make first 2 entries as it is, as we did in case number 1, and in addition to these 2 entries we'll make third one entry, and it is sacrificing partner's capital account debit to cash or bank. It means that premium is not retained in business, it is withdrawn by the partners. Third case is when no cash brought in for goodwill premium by the new partner. Many a times it happens that new partner does not bring cash for goodwill. Then new partner's capital account is debited and it is transferred to sacrificing partner's capital account. So therefore, new partner's share of goodwill will be credited to sacrificing partners in their sacrificing ratio. Fourth case is if new partner pays partial amount of goodwill. So partial amount of goodwill is treated as premium and remaining amount is debited to new partner's capital account or to his loan account. Any one of these 2. So what entries? We'll make 3 entries. First, cash or bank account debit to premium for goodwill account, as you did in case number first entry. So whatever part payment of goodwill is being received, so that will be written. Second entry, Premium for goodwill account is debit to sacrificing partners capital account. Means these first two entries are as same as first two entries of first case. There is no change in this. And third entry, new partners capital account debit to sacrificing partners account, this is third case. So what you can say, if amount of goodwill is paid partially by the new partner, then first two entries are as same as first two entries of first case, and third entry is as same as case number 3. Case number 5 is if goodwill account exists in the books. So what did you notice? In above all four situations, if goodwill account already appears in the book, then it must be written back among the old partners in old ratio. After that, according to situation, entry for goodwill be passed. And what will be the entry? Old partners capital account is debited to goodwill account. This is your fifth case. Okay. Now you move to the next slide. Revaluation account. So we already discussed in previous video, at the time of admission of a new partner, assets and liabilities of firm are revaluated, and whatever profit or loss on revaluation, by which capitals accounts of existing partners are either debited or credited. If there is a profit, partners capital account will be credited, and if there is a loss, then partners capital account will be debited by the same amount of profit and loss respectively in case of profit and loss at the time of revaluation, for which we make 6 entries. You see on your screen, you are seeing 6 entries, and you notice first, third and fifth. In these 3 entries, revaluation account is credited, and whatever is the condition, situation, accordingly others account is debited. So you can summarize it: increase in the value of assets, decrease in the liabilities, and loss on revaluation. In these 3 conditions, means condition number 1, 3rd and 5th, first, third and 5th, revaluation account is credited, and alternatively in 2nd, 4th and 6th, when there is a decrease in value of assets, increase in liabilities and profit on revaluation, in these conditions revaluation account is debited and other account is credited accordingly. So I will read out the entries, and first is increase in the value of assets. When there is increase, asset will be debited to revaluation account. Its opposite, decrease in value of assets, so revaluation account will be debited and assets will be credited. When there is a decrease in liabilities, liabilities account is debited to revaluation account, and its opposite, increase in liability, revaluation account is debited to the liability account. When there is a loss on revaluation, definitely partner's capital decreases. Therefore, old partner's capital account debited to revaluation, and in case of profit, partner's capital कौन से पार्टनर? ओल्ड, एग्जिस्टिंग पार्टनर्स, their capital increases, therefore revaluation account is debited to partners capital account. Now you see what is the effect on increase or decrease on revaluation. So which items to be debited and which items to be credited. So you see debit items means loss, decrease in value of assets, increase in value of liabilities, increase in reserve, because reserves are considered as liabilities of the business. So any increase in provision for doubtful debts, or decrease in provision for discount received, or decrease in provision for discount allowed. So these are the conditions of losses. Revenue loss, therefore considered loss and debit, or any unrecorded liability. So जब उसको रिकॉर्ड करेंगे तो that will become a loss because we have to pay. And now you see credit items, increase in value of assets, increase in value of liabilities, decrease in reserve. So decrease in reserve is always a gain, is a profit, and henceforth it is credited. So what they may be? Increase in provision for discount allowed, decrease in provision for doubtful debts, and increase in provision for discount received. And fourth is any unrecorded assets. So this is the end of your slide. This is the end of your chapter now. Okay.